Welcome back, everyone, to this brand new episode of our Disney Rewind episodes, where we are revisiting some classic Disney cartoons. Not
Disney Saturday
necessarily.
morning.
Yes, correct, Bradshaw. Not necessarily the movie-based cartoons, but some
Yeah.
of their original cartoons that
Just
came
to
out.
it was just to trim down the list a little bit. I just excluded the movie ones just to
Which helps.
keep it so we're not doing this for like 3 months. You know what I mean?
Right, and we'd be constantly talking about the source material, like where it originated
Yeah.
from anyway. Like, we'd just be talking about
yeah.
the movie is great.
Yeah.
But this episode is going to be brought to you by, well, Pogo Pro first.
Pogo Pro.
More on Pogo
Sorry.
Pro after our little discussion here. But yeah, we're going to be talking about Chip and Dale, the Rescue Rangers.
I don't think that I've actually heard this theme song.
Oof.
Maybe just a tiny little snippet, but like I haven't heard this for years and years and years. It's gonna hit me like a ton of bricks. It still is in my head. Yeah, like you said, like the chip and Dale. Every time I see one of these little critters.
Oh yeah.
I just am.
Yeah.
And we were kind of doing a little bit of preliminary talking. If I would say that this is probably one of the ones that I sought out more than the others. I don't know why, but this was my. I think because I just really liked Chip and Dale, and I liked that one was kind of like serious and get things done. One was a little bit more silly, but they would come together and do things. Yeah, I think that this is. It's weird that I don't know what her name is. Gadget.
Yep.
Gadget. Yep, that's right.
She apparently is like considered,
First crush for many little boys.
first crush, but also like first awakening into possible like
Freedom. Yeah.
freedom and things like that. And
That's
I could see that.
it's a little bit like weird to think about after.
I thought it would be like a Lola Bunny.
She was later.
I mean,
Yeah.
but same trajectory. You know what I mean? This is like your primer, and then Lola is for your teenage years, and yeah.
What if it was that little fly?
Oh my God.
Oh, dude. They
Hard
so
pivot into insects.
this show premiered with a special in towards the end of 1988.
Year.
And I think an hour-long special, which was, and then it started proper as a series in March of 1989, and so the first 5 episodes, I think, are the special. Otherwise, every other episode of the show is a complete story, like one and dones. Yeah, and there's a lot there's a lot of voices you will know or recognize up in this bitch.
Yeah, so good to know.
That's another thing I was excited about, is just seeing the carryover in voices.
I mean, yeah, like some of these, like, you're not going to be surprised, that they're in this. But yeah, I'm not going to go much more into the finer details until afterwards. But
as you look at these little thumbnails here, can I draw your guys' attention to one specifically, and maybe you'll find out.
I wondered. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I'm looking at the Flash, the Wonder Dog, and how much these characters resemble us a little bit.
Who's who then?
Hold on.
There's 4 characters there.
I'm thinking either Wilson, you're the snake or the rat. Bracho is definitely this beanie guy here, and I'm scraggly cat.
Tyler's definitely the tall redhead cat. Yeah,
I think I'm probably a lizard. I don't know.
I like you as a lizard.
Yeah,
you wear a cool hat in those.
I'm cold-blooded. I'm different. I'm like, hey, what's going on?
I'm different.
I think that's the perfect encapsulation of us right there.
I like this game.
All right, let's get into this episode of Chip and Dale.
Chip and Dale.
Under the Seas.
That sounds
Butthole
awesome.
Rangers.
And we'll talk about the Rescue Rangers a little bit more and what that means, and maybe spin-offs and their most recent film that came out.
Yeah.
And yeah, everything under the sun. And let's dive into it.
Chip and Dale.
All right, folks, it's time to talk about the future of vertical mobility. No, not jetpacks. I'm talking about Pogo Pro. Regular pogo sticks are for clowns, children, and people who peaked in gym class. But the Pogo Pro, it's for the bold, the brave, the unreasonably bouncy. This isn't just a pogo stick, it's a lifestyle. With aerospace-grade titanium springs, ergonomic knee grips, and an optional cup holder, the Pogo Pro lets you bounce up to 18 feet vertically or right out of your problems. Need to get somewhere fast, but also look absolutely unhinged while doing it? Try commuting with Pogo Pro. No traffic, no carbon footprint, just an insane amount of core strength. Use promo code Fargo at checkout to get your free helmet with windshield wipers and downloadable mixtape called Bounce Harder, Volume 2. Pogo Pro. Stop walking. Start boinging.
Hell yeah, dude.
Thank you, Pogo
I've been
Pro.
boinging.
You've been boinging around on Pogo Pro?
I've been boinging, dude. Every day.
Every day you've been boinging?
Yep.
I used to have Pogo Plus, but now it's Pogo Pro.
Yeah.
Pogo Pro, yeah. Oh my god.
Pogo?
Yeah, Pogo Pro.
All right, so you were finding stuff out about what, Wilson?
Me?
Bolt?
No, that's for later.
No, I was not. I mean, it's for any time. It was just going to be for after the episode.
Yeah.
It just
So turns out I was wrong as fuck earlier. When it premiered at the end of '88, it was just the episode "Cattery's Not Included," which is like episode 2 or 3. The 2-hour movie thing I was talking about that got split up into 5 parts was the episodes that started its syndication run in 1989. So I was wrong as fuck on that. But yeah, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, my guys.
damn it.
What'd you think? What'd you think? You had a good time? I had a good time.
It's fun. I like their dynamic.
Silly.
They're silly goofballs. They always get into mischief, and it seems like the other team members always have to bail them out or do something to maybe get them out. Like that might be the dynamic for them as a team.
Yeah.
But it could be flip-flopped. I can see that down the road where they have to rescue Gadget or somebody else. But they have to like think on their toes, and they have to maybe make something like Gadget would to help them get out of a sticky situation. Zipper was a fun little addition, little fly guy.
Yep.
I'm always down for some pirate stuff, so that was a fun little first episode of dealing with some pirates that are upside down in a
Clearly, Jim Cumming.
a moon pool version, or like upside down ship.
Yep.
That was kind of cool. The thing we kind of discussed was like, could this be an extrapolation maybe of the rescuers?
Well, believe it or not, I have some information for you.
Lay it on me.
So, just a little back info here. So, Rescue Rangers was originally conceived as the first of 3 new companion shows to DuckTales, which had been wildly successful. It, along with Tailspin, and a 3rd series, Double O Duck, which we know eventually became Darkwing Duck, would round out the programming block, along with the previously established Gummy Bears, Adventures of the Gummy Bears, which is on our list as well. When Tad Stones, who I think is the guy that did Darkwing Duck too, first came up with the idea for the Rescue Rangers series, Chip and Dale were not part of the show. He initially pitched doing a TV series based on The Rescuers, but Disney rejected that idea as a sequel to that film was already in production. So it was originally going to be a Rescuers TV show, but the movie was in production, the sequel.
Gosh,
So
yeah,
they,
I suppose that was
Yep.
like down the pipe here.
Yep. So he created a new concept with the working title of Metro Mice. The original draft starred an Indiana Jones type mouse named Kit Colby, who sported a fedora and a fluffy collared leather jacket, and the rest of the team included a chameleon, an earlier version of Gadget, and a character resembling Monterey Jack with a different name. They replaced him with the Chipmunk duo, Chip and Dale were established characters, but they were only kind of kept their appearance and personality traits because they did not speak in the shorts that they were originally in. So they gave them the Alvin and the Chipmunks voice, essentially. So yeah, it did. You guys were onto it there. It did start as a Rescuers TV show, but yeah. But the sequel was already underway.
And did we look up to see like what the society, the Rescuers were like? Bianca and Bernard, they were like, it was a special like unit, right? It wasn't like a cop.
They were the Rescue Aid Society, and it was like it was similar to the United Nations, where it was like a congregation of international mice that like just represented their regions and countries, and they helped people and kids in need.
Right.
So voice actors in this, the character of Chip, he was voiced by Tress MacNeille, who a lot of us would know as the voice of Dot Warner from Animaniacs and Babs Bunny on Tiny Toons.
Mm-hmm.
Dale was voiced by Corey Burton, who was Brainiac in the DC animated universe. He's Count Dooku and Cad Bane.
Wow.
Star Wars. All sorts. He was Hugo Strange in Arkham City. Like he's one of those dudes that's just in everything.
Oh my god, he was Hugo Strange? That's crazy. He had such like
in Arkham City.
Corey Burton's been in a ton.
Oh yeah. You think of Dooku and Cad Bane too, right? In
then
like
I think
Clone
of
Wars.
Dale, I'm like, oh okay. They must have really pitch shifted him.
up so early?
Yeah.
And the character of Monterey Jack, who Wilson correctly but incorrectly identified as Jim Cummings, because Jim Cummings
And knowing who it is, I can see exactly why I thought that. But yeah,
Jim Cummings voiced him in the oh wait, hold up. Oh, never mind. So yeah, he was voiced by Cummings. Voiced him in season 2 and season 3. So it says Cummings voiced him in the pilot, but on this thing so far, the pilot that they've been talking about has been the movie that introduced the thing to syndication. So I don't know if it was that, but in season 1, he was voiced by Peter Cullen, Mr. Optimus Prime.
big truck.
Big truck. Big flaming truck.
And Gadget, she was also voiced by Tress MacNeille.
Yeah,
on double duty
for sure.
Yeah, you can definitely hear that.
And Zipper was voiced by Corey Burton.
Corey, pretty tight little group there. I like
Cute
that.
little.
Yeah. And you kind of reuse a lot of these dudes throughout. Like 2 police officers named Officer Kirby and Officer Muldoon were both voiced by Peter Cullen. Detective Donald Drake and Canine Plato voiced by Rob Paulson. Sergeant Spinelli, Jim Cummings. The villains are almost all Jim Cummings. Like Fat Cat, one of their main dudes is Jim Cummings. Wart, Jim Cummings. And then like you get Corey Burton as Mole, Peter Cullen as Beps, Corey Burton, Professor Norton Nimnall, voiced by Jim Cummings. Rat Capone, voiced by Jim Cummings. Yeah.
Cummings
So
got some work, dude. He got like,
yeah,
Well,
he did.
I mean, freaking besides like between Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, all
he's
these
everything. He is
Pete?
like,
Yeah,
without him, we
he's
wouldn't have
everything.
Disney like at all. We
Yeah.
wouldn't have any kind of good Disney stuff. He's been
But
involved
it
in so
is-
many good things.
Yeah.
The show's opening theme. It was written by Mark Mueller. He also wrote the theme song for DuckTales. The
This
song is
same guy
performed.
perform it? Okay. Yeah, who
The,
performed it?
the song is performed by Jeff Piscatto, who also performed the DuckTales theme song.
Pescetti?
So Piscatto, yep.
Pescetti?
Mueller and Piscatto teamed up again for the DuckTales.
Marinara and Pescetti?
And an interesting, interesting little tidbit too. A full-length theme song was recorded by the Jets, a Minnesota pop group, and released on the Disney Afternoon soundtrack. So there's a little Minnesota connection too. So there you go.
Oh, don't you know?
There's all the broad show fun facts.
Those are great fun facts. I like those.
Good job, fun broad show.
How'd you like that intro, Wilson? Did you recall it? Did it hit you after you listened to it?
I gotta tell you something.
What?
I only caught like the last 2 seconds of it.
I was gonna say, like, if it was like one full thing, run of Chippendale, you would have caught the whole thing because they did the run of lines, and then they key changed it up, and then they ran through it again, and then they did another key change up, and then ran through it one last time. But I don't know how much.
Which is incredible.
Oh.
Two key.
I know, right? In like less than 30 seconds or whatever it is.
Two gum
I went up and had a little pee-pee. So I missed most of it, but I will go out of my way to watch the intro just to familiarize myself. I bet because a lot of times there's
Oh yeah, there's that.
Oh,
sorry.
Well, these intros for a lot of these, because I'm thinking like Marsupilami specifically.
Yeah.
A lot of these intros for these Disney shows are like clips from the episodes themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I bet that going through and watching this one, a couple of those clips are going to be the things that really bring it home for me. It's like, oh shit, there's something in my mind where I remember them because I saw them like dressed up as females in dresses and wigs. Something like that is very likely to be the thing that jogs the memory there.
Oh, as I mentioned earlier too, they were in the DuckTales remake, the 2017. I almost forgot about that. There was like, they did have comic books and stuff. I saw something where it was like there was some like live action ass like educational shorts back in the day that they were in.
What?
Yeah.
Like animated Chippendale?
Yes, but live action.
Yep. Gotcha.
What was it? It was like the fuck? I just saw it like a minute ago. But if I remember correct, I'm trying to remember if they were puppets or something in it. Like I have a vague memory of this.
Huh.
Chippendale short educational.
What were they educating you on?
I don't know. I just read it a second ago.
How to wipe your butt? And you guys said you haven't seen like the
live action one?
Live action movie that came out recently?
I have not.
Nope, I have not.
It has a really funny moment that I think both you guys would appreciate, where they make fun of the idea that a lot of cartoons now are getting the like graphical upgrade, as you would say, or like the
wasn't Ugly Sonic in there?
Exactly. So like Ugly Sonic from the first trailer for the Sonic film was in there, not played by like Ben Schwartz, but like played by this like really looked like whacked out, I don't know, just guy that was like, it seemed like he was at the edge of his rope, just like, hey guys, like trying to hold on to some kind of fame, like desperately, because
Right.
I was in the first trailer for the Sonic film, and they're just that concept was hilarious to me, and the
Yeah, because Dale gets upgraded to CG, right? And
Dale,
Chip is
yeah,
2D.
that's the cool concept that I appreciate. Like, yeah, Chip was definitely like not wanting the upgrade, but yeah, Dale was completely computer graphics, and they talk about the Zemeckis,
Yeah.
Uncanny Valley ones, like from Beowulf and Polar Express, those films. There's a funny moment where Seth Rogen plays one of those characters where it's like, I can't tell if you're looking at me because you have such dead eyes. Like, I can't tell. And he like, they replicate that effect perfectly. Like, they have all these different CG elements that, like, reference certain CG kind of media. So like that was funny. And there was also like J.K. Simmons played like a claymation Gumby type character that was hilarious too.
Oh yeah.
And like Nick Offerman played, I think he played Fat Cat, or he might have played a pretty prominent character from the show. But yeah, I mean, I'd recommend it if you're looking to, just sit back and watch like a detective, a missing person kind of movie, sort of like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, in that same vein, where it has goofy elements, but also like some intrigue and things like that. I appreciate it for what it was. Haven't seen it since it came out, but yeah, it was straight to Disney Plus, I think.
The educational, I found one of them. I posted it in command center there. It's literally like they're like Disney World costumes, like live action. So it's like, it's weird, like them full size teaching like fire safety, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I actually,
They look like they're
know-
flammable.
Yeah,
I don't know where I
they
would
have the
remember those
voices and
from,
everything. Yeah,
but those are really bringing back some memories. And maybe when I went to Disney World or Disneyland, whatever it was, when I was really young, they more than likely had somebody in those suits. Who knows?
Right.
I have my old autograph book that I bought at Disney, and I think I have Chip and Dale's autograph along with Friar Tuck and Goofy. I'm pretty sure Chip and Dale were there.
Hell yeah.
I don't think they were in the coat and shirt though. I think they were just running around
Just
Chip
naked.
and Dale, some monks.
I think I was just at
Apparently,
the dance club Chippendales, but
yeah.
who knows?
Apparently, Tress MacNeille returned to voice Gadget in that live action movie.
Yep, and Zipper
Nice.
was a pretty prominent.
Shut
actor,
your
too.
mouth. We don't talk like that anymore.
Zipper? The
Yeah,
Fly?
I was kidding. Jim Cummings did play Fat Cat in that movie too.
Oh, he was Fat Cat. Okay, yeah, that was. I know he was in it, and he played a little bit part. Yeah, it was a fun time if you're into Chippendale's vast repertoire.
Yeah.
A lot of funny.
There's a
things.
lot of people in there, yeah. Like, it's got Alan Oppenheimer voicing both He-Man and Skeletor. He was the voice of Skeletor on the animated series. Charles Fleischer reprises his role as Roger Rabbit. Well, David Tennant's in there as Scrooge. Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
What else can we add about the show? Wilson, you also mentioned that you were kind of happy to see that they were consistent with their models and animation. Like it was pretty consistent.
So there's just a lot, like, I don't know. I having watched things like Gundam or certain things where like attention to detail is required in certain moments. To me, it really stood out how impressive it was that the clarity, like you said, like this is an HD, I assume, presentation of the original material on Disney Plus. It doesn't look muddy. It doesn't look like washed out in its colors. Everything is very like the original, and that's good for the presentation that they're doing. But the original animation itself, everything is clear, nice dark outlines, smooth like crisp lines, clear animation. It's just like all, and like you said, like I noticed that there was a lot of like at the end when they're trying to push a cannonball or something up a hill, and there's like a lot of like intricate movement that's happening in that scene.
Yeah, there's a lot of action.
And no matter what's happening with the characters in all these different angles and when they're tumbling and doing all these things, yeah, they're it's very easy for like in these smear frames for animators to go off model, typically, to be like, oh, you know, this isn't actually what the character would look like if he wasn't in this one specific position that we're drawing him in. It's a very like reasonable shortcut to take, but they didn't seem to do that very much, and it was just impressive that it stood out to me. I don't know. It was very, and I think, like I said, in my opinion, this might have the strongest animation for all the Disney stuff that we've watched in just like the consistency level. It is so consistently good.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I'm
Yeah.
yeah. Overall, I think the one that may be lacking in that so far is Darkwing Duck, from what I'm thinking, because it kind of was a sharp contrast watching DuckTales and then going to Darkwing Duck, because you can tell years have passed since they started creating DuckTales, but their style changed once they got to Darkwing Duck, but it was a continuation almost, it seemed, from the same source. So, but like they tweaked a bit of the proportions of the duck, and it kind of was a little jarring, but didn't like throw it off completely, because it's a new kind of way of presenting a show, and it's a new thing entirely. But you could tell, like, oh, they tweaked the ways they drew the ducks from before. It's a little bit different. But this, I can see its consistency with the characters. They're not exaggerated. They're kind of fluffy in the rear, like they're kind of thick boy thighs. They resemble the original characters, from what I remember. Like aside from this, like in those little shorts, or in like in other pieces of media that I've seen them in. I think they were in like the Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas also, like they were sleeping in a tree, and like I don't think they were talking in that though. I think they were just kind of chirping or like making clicks and weird noises. Weird rodent noises.
Those are my favorite, dude.
So shall we finally reveal the mystery? Shall we pull back the curtain?
Oh yeah.
On one additional cast member?
Both.
We're only going to reveal one, so we got to pick wisely, because I've looked at the list.
Okay.
And I gotta say,
yeah,
there's some surprises in there.
Were any of us right?
Sadly, no.
Oh shit.
Because to recap, it was I guessed Wayne Brady, Broadshot.
Yeah. I guessed Terry Crews.
I said Snoop Dogg. But I would also say
Hold on.
I wanna pick out another one though.
Well, hold on.
It's not the game.
Okay.
I want to say that Eric,
Yeah.
in a kind of like 6 degree, not a 6 degrees way, you were the closest, but Terry Crews is not in the movie.
Is it Andy Samberg?
Nope. So to give you a hint on one of the big names that I found was a very big surprise, think of the world of professional wrestling. Like, I'm not even gonna beat around the bush with this one.
Is it like old school or like 90s, 2000s?
Well, why don't you tell me?
Jesse. That's bizarre.
Is it the Hulk? Is it the Hulkster?
Not the Hulkster.
Oh, Dwayne? Was Dwayne in there?
It's not Dwayne. Nope. Even better. Even better. Keep going.
I'm trying to think who's got like a voice that can fucking. Cena? Was it Cena?
No. Yep. Eric, this is 2008.
Oh, okay.
It was China.
Uh-oh. Was it?
Okay. You just
Was
said
it fucking?
who's got a voice?
Was it Macho Man?
It was. It was Macho Man.
What?
Wow.
The fucking cream of the crop, dude?
It always rises.
I'm gonna crash my car 3 years after I'm in this.
Yep. Has a heart attack.
Hey,
Crashed
Big
car,
Show,
died.
the bone
Fucking
saw is
Macho.
ready.
That's what I was like. I was thinking like Macho, but then I was like, no, Macho was dead. But you said 08, and I was like, shit. Maybe.
I think that's my like. I will. I said one name. I'm gonna give you one other one, just because.
Okay.
Like, there's nobody else that stands out to me, right?
Yeah.
There probably
because
would
we
be
said-
some I could probably remember or recognize if you said their names.
Well, sure. There's names upon names upon names that we would all recognize, but they're uninteresting. They're like, yes, we've seen them in so many other movies. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to look for something a little bit above bar here. And we talked about it. John Travolta's obviously in the movie. Yes, you were correct. Miley Cyrus is in it.
Handy Monty and you.
Hey, but just seeing Randy Savage in a list of credits is interesting.
Yeah.
And the second one that kind of sticks out to me is James Lipton.
Oh,
Okay.
inside the active studio.
I'd like to welcome you all into this movie about this animated dog.
Bro, Gary Busey is in it.
Who?
Gary Busey.
Oh, is he?
What?
Yeah. And Nick Swardson's in it.
Oh, I don't see Gary Busey on the cast list I'm seeing, but yes, apparently he is.
Tara Strong, Phil Lamar. Those are
Well, okay,
great
you're
voice actors.
shooting your load. I was,
Tyler's just breaking all the rules right now.
Guess who played Dr. Calico, guys?
Malcolm McDowell.
Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah, good one. You guys
Diedrich
looking up
Bader.
the cast too? Yeah, Diedrich Bader's on there.
Great a while.
John DiMaggio, that's great. Bender.
Now we're just saying names.
Hell yeah, dude.
But yeah, we're talking about Bolt, the 2008 film that none of us have seen.
Yeah.
About a dog with a lightning bolt scar, like Harry Potter. I
I
have.
don't know, dude.
All I know,
Seems good dog.
about the movie is that it's like about a dog that played like a super dog on TV, and now he's not playing that super dog on TV, but he thinks that he's a super dog
Oh.
somehow or some shit.
Was I right that Miley Cyrus was in that?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That's all I care about, guys.
All I want to know. Yeah. Sorry.
To end tonight, what do we have on the docket next, Brojo?
That's what I was just about to say. We've got one of the OGs, that we talked about earlier. One of the trio of follow-ups to DuckTales, aka Tailspin.
Oh, Tailspin.
Tailspin, dude.
I remember that being a banger of a intro song.
Yep, I remember it being kind of wacky.
Spin it.
Spin it.
Dude, that's the animal is still fucking. Spin it. You know what I'm saying, dude? Oh, hell yeah. I love that, like, all these shows I haven't watched in, like, 20 years, but I know these goddamn songs. Hey, it's us.
I'm gonna leave it on a picture of us here.
Hey there, boys.
Oh,
Eric's got little like
Winnie the Pooh shirt.
yeah,
dude.
Pooh shirt. You've got a
Pooh shirt
and a hat as well.
called a
And
Pooh shirt.
a smoking jacket and a fedora or something.
Fedora Borealis, dude. You got a little ascot too.
I think it's like a bucket hat.
Yeah, maybe a bucket hat.
Like a
am I a
fisherman's hat.
snake or because I've got arms, so I'm clearly not a snake.
Oh, you're like a dragon.
A lizard.
Oh, you're yeah, it's like some sort of lizard. I saw it on the fucking list a little bit ago.
I
Are
got
you
a
a mole?
boo-boo on my tail.
Is Eric a mole?
You got a noodle in my noodle, and his name's Minky Boodle.
I think I know.
It's
I got the horizon. There's a poodle in my strudel. Mickey Boodle.
Minky Boodle. Yeah, it's just a lizard. His name's Wart.
Cool.
Wait, the lizard's name is
I'm-
what?
Yep.
What are the chances?
And,
of you?
And my name's Mole. And Tyler's
sideways is an E.
Tyler's name is Meps.
I got nothing for that one. Sorry.
Nothing for that. Meps.
Meps.
It sounds like a detergent.
Yeah. And then the rat's just named Snout.
Industrial grade MEPS.
There you go. But yeah, so Tailspin next week. Balloon Gang.
I'm excited for that one because that's been a while since I recall that.
Yeah.
I remember Shere Khan being a bad guy in that, which is like, it's so weird. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
That's fun.
One last thing. I want this cast of characters right here to be like a recurring group of henchmen that are just under the employ of every bad guy in all of these series.
I like the way
You
they
just
look.
keep showing up.
I like the cut of their jib. They look great.
Yeah,
The lizard guy just looks like, you guys ruined my night. You woke me up to put on my smoking jacket. I was having fun smoking my pipe.
Eric's like, yeah. What do you? I had no time to get ready. I put on this half shirt.
And I'm like strung out as shit. Like,
What's happening?
my name's Meps.
The rat. Yeah, we're here to bust you up.
Yeah, the rat looks like he would say something like that. Like,
The rat's
yeah,
the
punk.
who really gives a shit about doing hoodlum stuff. We're just like along for the ride because we got us and nobody else, you know?
All right, thanks for watching, everybody, and check out Pogo Pro whenever you get the chance. Good night.
Bye.